Recruiting steps for establishing this culture by intention. Step one, get the basic job requirements from the hiring manager. We all need to do a job description. Step two, you can see here in the top green bar block, organizational fit. So a platform like ours allows the recruiting talent acquisition person at a large organization or companies that are using our Hire Guru for independent recruiters that might have clients that they're sending candidates to for a search they're conducting. Either way, you would work with the manager and say, hey, do you want this person to fit with your team's culture or maybe the entire group? So is it just the baristas at the Starbucks on Lincoln Road in Miami? Or is it the fit with all of Starbucks in Florida? Okay. Once you do that, step three is then to assess the candidates. Send out the link or have it on your website. A simple API for most assessment tools can do this, where it will then quickly shoot off all the people apply an assessment test where you can measure that. And in our case, it would be measuring the BMW, the behaviors, motors, and work energizers, and see a multi-dimensional view of those candidates across all three of those. To note, it's not good enough only to use behavioral tools. If tools don't get into the values and motivators, that's the most important piece, as well as the environment that will energize someone. So make sure that whatever assessment tool you're using, it does those two other things. Otherwise, it's not going to be very predictive in understanding the culture and what leads to success. Step four, here's an example. You can assume each of the rows is a different candidate. An automated process that saves you, up to 80% of the time, all the phone screens and all the meetings, stop all that craziness. Running around like a chicken with your head cut off, going through resumes and doing phone screens is the old model. Using this very light AI to sort people by culture fit will allow you to look at, let's say, these 7 candidates quickly and show that even though the fourth one and the third one down, the 77 and 70 and the 73 and 79, even though the manager and the team, if they were to interview those 2 candidates, okay, they would love them. If you look at ideal column 3, and high performance column 4, 37 red and 57 orange, okay, and 36 and 63, that third and fourth row, in the old model, people who meet people they like get hired and hire those people. Instead, a tool like this, platforms like this will allow you to avoid those bad hires who everyone loves and everyone thinks are great, but are not a good alignment with the future strategy and the culture of what is needed. Instead, you'll be able to go with the last row and quickly skip 7 other interviews and phone screens and go straight to the last row, to the person who, although they're a great fit with the manager and the team, they're also a great fit for performance. Same thing with the third row, maybe if it's high performance. Data-driven recommendations to the hiring manager. Next. Step 4, benchmark continued. Now think about giving to your hiring manager or as an internal talent acquisition person or an independent recruiter to your client, the hiring manager, side-by-side reports so that they can see how an individual person can fit with either the manager, the team, or even today's world, remote work. So some tools out there are already set up to show you the psychology of a good remote worker. You can use this tool to hire for specific culture targets like remote work. Imagine being able to present to the hiring manager, hey, these 20 people are going to be good at remote work. What a lot of companies are learning and what a lot of our clients are learning is with COVID and remote work, the top performers you had for the last 2 years in a role often have become bad performers now working from home. And contrarily or inversely, some of the worst performers now working from home have become the best performers. The job hasn't changed. Okay, what leads to success does. And that is a psychological challenge for many people. And so culture is key to solving that challenge. Step 5, once you hire a candidate, you want to onboard them. And this starts to get into team culture management. You want to move them into the team. And so this is the first step, is not only how do they fit with each person, but how do they fit to the team culture and what you hired them against. So you should now already have a system that shows you your current culture, shows your target team culture as this visual here, and the gap of where your current team or division or company is and where they want to go. And yes, it's scoreable. There's a scorecard. This is no longer fluffy, soft words. This is numbers, metrics, KPIs, where you are in your journey from where you are today to where you want to go by quarter. And then each employee has a development plan, existing employees, and let's say Vlad is a new employee, on where they add and augment the culture to align to that future strategy. As well, you do want to look at side-by-side onboarding, how that new employee fits culturally with each and every person on the team, as well with the leader. So we call this step connection and collaboration. If you do it well, looking at psychometric data across 3 lenses, BMW, not just B, but behaviors, motivators, and work styles, you can take connection and collaboration to a better resonance